Hey everyone, if you do not know, my name is Allison and I'm trying to be more proactive with my money rather than reactive. And I haven't been perfect lately just because I had recently gotten out of debt. So I've been trying to enjoy life a little bit more. And this was my, oh my God, if you watch Caleb Hammer, and this was my birthday pay cycle. I didn't go crazy the whole pay cycle, but it was my birthday, so I allowed myself a little bit of fun. But in this video, I'm going to go through my transactions for the past 2 weeks, as well as pay myself back for any purchases that I made on my credit cards. So I am a hybrid cash stuffer. So I do use cash for groceries and I still stuff envelopes, but I've transitioned over more to using credit cards to accumulate reward points and then paying myself back. And that way I am a very visual person, though I've not been keeping strong track like I have always in the past. I like to do it this way. So I am now set up, and it may seem silly to do it this way as far as stuffing envelopes to just unstuff them. But normally when I'm tracking diligently, I do enjoy doing it this way. I forgot to write, this was my Citi credit card, I believe. So I've already pre-filled in this section and moved it onto my budgeting sheet. Ideally, you want to track the transactions as they happen. And if I was doing a better job at that, I'd be more self-aware of what I do have and don't have to spend, but I've not been the greatest at that. So I will work on doing better in that regard. But let's start here with, so firstly, it goes from 724 to 86. And I have some stories in here to tell you guys, but so 724, that I think might have, that was the day that I got paid. So after I went to the bank, I decided to get Dunkin' Donuts. I hadn't had it in so long. So I got myself an iced coffee. It was $3.29, but that's only because I had random change on the app. So I paid with the app and then paid the balance. Coffee prices went up, which is why I don't do coffee out often. My birthday was July 26th, so there's a gap here of no pay. So that's always nice. Joe took me out. Oh my gosh, my birthday was so much fun. So based on how I filmed, so you guys already knew that I went to the casino for my birthday because I hadn't filmed until like after that had happened. So I used some money, went up $17 from the casino, and that was my Allison money for the past 2 weeks, which is my guilt-free spending. So we went to Cheesecake Factory, we did mini golf, and then we did casino. So it was such a fun night. Food was absolutely delicious, so that was a lot of fun. Then on July 28th, I did a lot of like food out this time around. I was living life. I was allowing myself more fun. So, just because it was like the first full paycheck of being debt free. So anyways, so Wendy's, I got $9.41 worth of food and drink and all that sort of stuff. Then July 30th, I went to Dunkin'. Instead, I did an app reload, and you can do it down to the dollar. So I just did $6. I think I got their $5 meal deal. It's like 2 wake up wraps and a medium iced coffee. So I did that. Ate one. There was an Etsy charge. Not 100% sure where I'm going to pull this from, but it was $1. So I must have had some fees hit. Actually, yes, I did. I remember looking. I had some listings repost, or I guess renew is the word, and it was $1 worth of listings. Speaking of, actually, these sheets can be found on my Etsy shop. They are a downloadable PDF file, and you get this expense tracker, and then you get this cash unstuffing sheet, which you'll see in a bit. So yeah, I'll have to figure that one out for the $1. So ate one. let me do these kind of in order. So this is where the story comes in. So I went to Sam's Club. Firstly, I was going to take Joe somewhere this day to an eye doctor, but he ended up canceling it. He was so freaked out. He was having issues with his vision. His vision was blurred. He couldn't see, and he drives a truck for a living. And he decided to cancel because that day when he woke up, he felt better. But it was cute because if you know my journey, you know that while having this channel, I had an emergency eye surgery, became legally blind. And he had this moment of empathy. And it was really sweet. He was like, I'm really sorry for what you went through with your eye. I was like, what? Really? And I was like, oh, is it because of what you're going through? He's like, yeah, it's so scary. Like, I can't imagine what you went through. So that was so sweet. But anyways, I planned my Sam's Club trip based on the idea at first. I did a pickup. So my pickup window was between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. Granted, let me set the scene for you. It's 8/1. It's a Friday. Apparently there's talk of tariffs and Procter & Gamble prices going up. So my pickup was 6 to 7. I headed out that way, even though I didn't get an alert. It was past 7, and all of the pickup spots were full. Mind you, there's at least 11 minimum. All of them were full. The parking lot was full. I had to wait in a random spot, and it was after my pickup time, and no alerts yet. Finally, I find an opening as I'm getting an alert that my stuff is ready. So I go park, and there's people surrounding me that seem upset, and eventually I talked to people near me. The person next to me, it was after her window had ended. She was still there an hour after her window period. I'm like, oh, that's so weird. What's going on? And the gentleman with her was saying, I got a little insider knowledge. This could be why, but he said, government assistance, a lot of people on the beginning of the month may use it. But then as I started thinking, and I was texting my sister, could also be because of the whole tariff situation. It was the most bizarre thing I had ever seen. So my window was 6 to 7, and it was beyond an hour. I got my stuff around 8:15. Oh, it was okay. I remember it was like 8:23. The store closes at 8. As I was sitting there getting my groceries, it looked like the parking lot was still very full. Like people were still actively shopping or trying to get out of the store. Every time someone would leave one of the pickup spots after they got their stuff, someone would park right in it. Like not a single spot open. It was the craziest thing that I'd ever seen. So mind you, I've done my shopping. I do my shopping, other things that I'm doing up in that area. And I pass by, and it is 9:30 at this point, and I drive by the parking lot. I still see people in the lot, and I still see people in the pickup spots, but it's way dwindled down to the point where they just had a handful of people left to go. But it was insane. The store closes at 8. The most bizarre anomaly of things. So crazy. So anyway, I was at Sam's Club, and I like to break up the purchases. So grocery, I got these Just Bare branded like chicken nuggets or cleaner ingredients, like less ingredients. So that was $14.98. And literally we were on our last rolls of toilet paper. So that's also why I did the pickup. So we did, so for my Sam's Club and household envelope, $44.46. Then after I did my pickup, finally, I went to Michael's. I was looking to see if they had, a specialized planner there, because they had these really cool specialized covers. I was more so interested in that, I don't know, whatever. All I know is I was looking for that, but they were wiped clean because they were having a deal of like 40% off of this stuff. So I ended up getting 2 other things and to utilize 2 coupons, because the cool thing with Michael's is you get coupons for your birthday. So I got $5 off, and then I got a 40% off coupon. So to pay for my 2 items, I split the purchases up, and these were paid cash. Because it was so late after all of this stuff was done, I went to Wendy's, and that's this purchase up here that I might have skipped over this one. So it was so late, so I just grabbed $9.09 worth of Wendy's. So that's it for Friday night. Then Saturday, Joe wasn't feeling well, so I went out and picked us up Chick-fil-A. Mine was $14.36. And I skipped something here. I forgot earlier that day I did get my hair done. That was paid cash, so I got my hair cut much shorter. I got eyebrow waxing. I got color. So after the services, the tip, it was $150 cash. So then circling back, because I accidentally skipped that day. So on Sunday, 8/3, this was our little errand day. And so Joe had to get gas. So we went to Sheetz, and they have these little Sheetz branded coffee drinks. And it's so hard to find the chocolate peanut butter flavor. I absolutely love that one. So I bought 2 cans for $5. I'm not sure if that's coming from grocery or my guilt-free spending. We'll figure it out when we get there. Then we went to ShopRite. That I paid in cash as well. So the Sheetz was paid in cash, and the grocery was paid in cash of $55.89. Let's see here. This is slightly out of order. I have another mini story, but went to Manning's. They raised their prices, but they do sell gallon ice cream there. I love Charlie Brownie. It's so good. It's like chocolate ice cream, brownie, almond, little cookie pieces in it. Oh, it's so good. $6.50. So they, it's a very small, like, local place. So it was cash purchase only there. So did that. And this is what was upsetting to me. So again, it was a really late night. Oh, and I was upset with Joe because he decided that he was trying to finagle and be all cutesy leading up to the weekend. He was like, you want to like deep clean our cars together? That'd be so fun. And I was like, for you, not really. So before we even left for this trip, he was like, hey, I'm just gonna, like, before we do our errands, I'm just gonna quickly clean out my car. I should have known better. Once he gets started on a task, it turned into a full-blown, full clean session, and I was very upset because I was like, we had already left the house after, it was like 6:45 when we got there, and it's like, it's a Sunday, everything closes early, like, what are you doing? So I was really upset with him. Because also I was getting hangry. So, but yeah, he ended up doing full detail inside of the car, windows, washed the outside of the car, like vacuumed all that stuff outside of the car. He even like sprayed this crap on his tires and like put some wax coating on. I was like, are you effing kidding me? And he tried to justify it by saying, oh, this is a speedy version. If I was doing this by myself, it'd be way longer. That's not the point. Men. Oh my God. Anyway, so then, for obvious reasons, we ended up getting fast food. So I get my food. Joe had some like app offer, free stuff, whatever. And they tell us $7.92 on the screen. Pull around. I was paying cash. And she says $8. And I'm like, what? $8? And thinking about it after the fact, it's 6% sales tax in Pennsylvania. So that doesn't make sense. 8 cents? Like what? No, that doesn't make sense. But I was questioning. I was like, what? I swear. It's like I had dug out the exact change and everything. And I was like, that's $7.92. Meanwhile, the window's open. She's hearing everything. And Joe is driving and next to her so he can see her. He said that she was being so weird about it and like smirking and stuff like that. So I just hand over the 8 and then I ask for and she like quickly tries to shut the window as he hands her the cash. I said, oh no, I do want a receipt though. So she hands me the receipt, and she was very reluctant to give it, Joe said, because he could see her facial reaction, and like, so she had this smirk, and then she was just very reluctant, just had the body language, everything. And he was picking up on it too. And he was like, yeah, she's being really weird about it. So I got the receipt, and they charged me 8 cents extra. Granted, I'm okay with what it was for. It's for their like foundation, the Ronald McDonald House. But then I got upset, and then I called the store the next day because they weren't answering their phone. Because sometimes places have little incentives, like, you know, try to push the foundation, and like whoever gets the most will win a prize. So I was upset because I pay attention to these things, and I know people are hurting, and that's upsetting if she was benefiting from just like, oh, I rounded up your bill. The foundation is a great cause, okay? That's not what my problem was with. It was the principle over it. It's the principle of, that's not okay to be pushing fees and extra charges onto unknowing customers that did not consent to it. So the manager was a little snippy with me at first, and like was trying to get receipt details. I was like, that's not the point. Like, that part doesn't matter. Can you please just listen to what I'm saying? Actually, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit more rude in my delivery on that, because these days I'm not a doormat. I don't let people walk all over me like I used to. It's like, hear my story and hear why I'm upset before you try to jump to a solution. Okay. So then she softened after she heard the story, and she's like, no, I could understand. Like, I could understand why you were weirded out, how that came off really shady. And she's like, I assure you, it's just a button that's near the one other button that they have. And so it gets tapped by mistake, whatnot. And it's like, okay, if she made a mistake, just say that, you know, like, don't be weird and shysty about it, because how she acted, it was either, my thought was, she's somehow pocketing this extra money that she's adding on to people's receipts, or she's being incentivized to add this on to people because she wants to win a prize. So it's just like, you know, better communication. Like, mistakes happen. We're human. I get it. But be upfront about it. Don't be weird. So that's my story about that. But I will say that is a wonderful donation to, like, and oh, she was even saying, come in and get your 8 cents. Like, at first when she was being nasty to me, I was like, no, that's not, like, keep your 8 cents. That's fine. I'm glad to know that it's going to the foundation. Kylie, Joe's daughter, actually benefited from that years ago. Around age 14, she had open heart surgery and had her heart valve repaired. So Ronald McDonald House is a great foundation because they actually put you up into a nice facility, and then when you're there, they have complimentary food and drink for people, free of charge. And, you know, like when you're staying there, like we had to go down to Philly for her surgery stuff years ago. And so they comped the room for as long as Joe needed the room. Some people are there longer term, like if they have terminally ill kids, but it's such a great foundation. So, I mean, it was fine. I'll donate. My concern was, are you stealing from me? And more importantly, other people. That's where I was upset. And that's like where I was focusing my attention to. Like, that's not okay. So anyway, long story. Sorry. So then Manning's ice cream on the way home. Oh, I mentioned that already. Sorry. There was an Amazon coffee purchase. I get these little coffee pods for my Nespresso, $14.57. Then Sephora, this I'm not 100% sure of cash-wise, but it is $73.12. I got a $50 gift card from my sister, and $73.12 is the balance. If I have a slight balance of like money I can't cover for it, that's fine. I'm okay with it. And I will just cash flow it in the next budget. So that was a long breakdown, but you know, hope you enjoyed the stories. And now we're going to get into the cash and stuffing. Cash wise, as far as things to unstuff, it's actually not a lot. So first and foremost, I'm going to start with the coffee. I'm going to take this from my little coffee, or not coffee, my grocery buffer. That's what that's meant for, is like restocks on things. So 15, it is now empty. So 15 for that. Hopefully that starts us off with change or something. But what else do we have going on? And when I look at this, I know what it means. Like, this says grocery. I know that's my little backup grocery. And then looking up here, I know that's like other types of grocery. So anyway, what else shall we do? Let's do Sam's Club household. So we're going to pull from Sam's Club first, which is 25. And then we're going to pull from household. So it's going to be 45 total. So I took 20 out of my household. So we'll put here 45. I'm rounding up. And this $5. I'm not sure if I'm going to need this for something else, but for now, household has $5 left. So that's good. I kind of need to get through these other random charges first. So let's start with grocery. So every 2 weeks, I keep my grocery money in here. Oh, wait, did I need to go in this first? No, I'm a liar. What a silly little goose. What I meant was I want to go into Allison, I think. What order do I want to go in? Yeah, let's just do Allison. So there was purchases made. So I budgeted 50 in here. I profited 17 from my little outing. So I had 67 to start. So let's just, and I did a bunch of cash purchases. I don't remember if I missed anything in my transaction log. I don't know if there's anything else I paid cash. So I have 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38. So $38 to work with. Likely that is going to be depleted. So let's see. Up. $10, $15, $20, $25, $30, $35, $36, $37, $38. So $33.79, $33.79. So $48.15. So this is 38. So if I do this, I can take care of all these purchases minus Sephora and this. And all I really have to do is pull 10 out of grocery. And I had some here that I was like, it could be grocery. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm more fluid when it comes to the daily spend stuff. So again, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38. So do you see what I'm saying? I had 38 in Allison. I need 48.15. So I'm going to pull a 10 from grocery. Hope that makes sense. But I have a 20. So I'm going to put a 10 back. Bear with me here. So let's just double check. So this should be 48. So 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48. Okay. And I'm sorry if the bills being out of order triggers you. My deepest condolences. Oh, I hate when I do this to myself. I guess this part doesn't really... Ugh. Let's figure it out. So we're going to say, so we put in 48. So 48 minus, so 6 went in for this. 1 went in for this. Freaking no. We'll say 9 went in for that. We'll say 9 went in for that. 5 went in for that. 3 went in for this. And then we have 16. And then whatever. Because some of this stuff got rounded up change-wise. So we'll just say 16 here. So whatever. Doesn't matter. Oh, and I didn't mention, so this is Discover, this is Chase. I have 3 spots on this sheet, and it was just like a onesie, twosie, so I just combined them on here. But otherwise, I have them separated by credit card, so I can see exactly what all has to go back to the credit card, which I did not see. Oh, maybe I should have rounded up for here or whatever. It doesn't matter. So 941. Okay, so that should be 106.91. Okay, cool. So 106.91. And then these are 2 random overages, but I'll count these together so we know. Okay, so this in total for these random purchases is $28.93 charged to the cards, and 31 is what's going back for that. So we have an overage here, which helps for any rounding down errors down here. Okay, so let's take care of this one because this will kind of make it easy here. So let's pull this grocery money out. And so we need $15. So, right? Yeah. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so that one's taken care of. So this one, easy math, 60 is here for that. So all that we have left is Sephora. So 73.12. So 51. Oh, you know what? I'm going to pull the 5 from household. I don't think. Let's see. 51, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 57. Yeah, we're going to pull the 5 from household. So household now has nothing, which is fine. Let's see where we stand because I rounded up here. So some of that overage. So really, like it would be like saying 29 here and then putting $2 up there. I don't know. I'm babbling at this point. So let's just see if there's any other random things. I don't think so. I think these were depleted. Let's see. Minute. Fun was empty. Special occasion, no. Okay, so that is not able to be pulled from. Let's see about my business binder, because technically the Etsy was business. If I have a loose one, I will. Otherwise, no. And I don't think I do have a loose one. I don't stuff this like I should, to be quite honest. Okay. All right, and that's fine. Alrighty. So let's just count this up and then see how much we're short. So 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62. So it's probably like saying 65, but anyway, 62. Okay. All right, so I'm going to count these up to see how much money I collected for these. So 95. Okay, now I'm going to take all of my totals and count those up and put it down here to see the overall amount purchased on any form of credit card. So purchased on credit cards this past 2-week pay cycle is $195.28. I'm gonna double check. Okay, so $195.28. I'm anticipating about $7 or $8 being short, I think, if I did the quick math properly in my head. So 186 is what I should have here in cash minus 195 and 28 cents. So my math was slightly off. That's okay. So $9.28 is what I have short. So I'll make a note here. Oops. I'll just say short by 9.28. And I made a note here. I have a subscribe and save that's upcoming, not until the end of August. I purchased it in this pay cycle. Joe, when he was having eye issues, he discovered my eye drops were expired. So I was like, oh shoot, let me buy them. So they are $14.06, but I'm not pulling that money yet because it doesn't charge until the product is shipped. So I just made a note for myself. So that will be a household item or something in future. So if I were to count up all this cash, it should be 186. So let's take a look. So 50, 70, 90, 110, 120, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85. Okay, did I miscalculate? Maybe, oh, I might have written a number down wrong when I was counting up everything. So let's see. So 50, 70, 90, 110, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85. Okay, so I actually have 185 here. So let me just correct this. So we'll say 185, which is minus $10.28. And then we'll mark this up here. Okay, so not bad at all. Not bad at all. The goal is to not owe yourself money, but I am okay with this. I know I've not been perfect lately, guys. I know that I'm not. I'm okay with it. I'm in a different season of life right now. I'm transitioning here. Um, I wanted to let my hair down a little bit. I'm okay with this. Anyways, thank you so much for sticking with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was slightly chaotic and a lot more chatty, but I do hope that you enjoyed and you got something out of it. And as a reminder, if you are not already, please go ahead and subscribe. No strings attached. There's no fees, membership fees, anything like that. It is absolutely free. I am going to be hosting a giveaway on my channel once I hit 1,000 subscribers. So you do need to be subscribed to my channel. And I hope to see you in the very next video. Bye.